Hello, welcome to another video. This video is part from the Make and Chat series where you and I supposed to work in a work in progress in a project while we chat about life, right? But I just realized that I cannot do these two things at a time, like chatting while working on my crochet project, because when I'm counting stitches, like I usually lose the count or I'm not as effective as when I'm all on my own, right? So that's why I opt for this kind of video where I film my work in progress and I add my voice enough. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to subscribe, to like this video, and leave me in the comments which other topic you would like for us to chat in the next Make and Chat video. Today we'll chat about how a dream life would look like as a crafter, about the hate I received from accepting that I wanted to make money from my craft, the dilemma if art is to share for free or if you can also sell out and live from your passions. And at the same time, I'll share with you my crochet process till today, and how I dared to start this crochet channel with all my insecurities behind. I want to mention that these are all excerpts from my blog Happiness is Handmade, where I write and share my thoughts about the joy of creating. The links are down below, and subscribe and let me know which topic you would like us to chat about next time. Thank you so much for being here, and today I want to share with you how my dream life would look like. So I want to tell you about how I'm turning this crochet and crafty passion into a profession and getting paid for doing so, one stitch at a time. So thank you so much for being here, and I want to start by describing how a dream life will look to me. I don't know you, but as a crocheter myself, this is how my dream life would look like. So I'll crochet from cozy coffee shops, and not necessarily because I love lattes or because I have a coffee addiction, but because my photos on that coffee shop will look amazing on my Instagram stories, and also because I'll be filming a day in my life kind of video to share on my YouTube. And after this, I'll go yarn shopping for my next crochet beginners workshop, and of course I'll get more yarn than I can store in my craft corner or more yarn that I can use in a year. But you know, yarn is always necessarily in a crafter's life. My dream is to make my living out of art by teaching how to crochet and selling my craft, and of course by selling my crochet patterns. And I've been pursuing this dream for over 3 years, I will say so. And for this, we have to go back in time to 2020. After getting lost in other crafts and hobbies, I became back to crochet, or crochet came back to me. Just like John Lennon put it in a song, life is what happens while you are busy making other plans. And this is totally true. My grandma taught me how to crochet at the age of 10 or 13, I'm not pretty sure. And crochet has always been in my life, and you know, it will come and go. But it was till 2021 that I got obsessed with crochet. For the first time in my life, I bought a crochet hook. My grandma used to always give me her crochet hooks with such a pride, as if she was passing to me an honorific magic wand. Of course, she was passing me a magic wand because a crochet hook makes magic. My grandma taught me how to crochet when I was about 10 years old, and crochet has always been in my life for this reason, but it wasn't till I moved to Canada that crochet became an essential part of my life. Crochet actually became a bridge between Canada and Mexico that I can cross any time to feel right at my grandma's couch. And I love crochet. I really love the textile craft. I love designing new crafts. I love designing new patterns and experimenting with novelty threads, and I love learning about techniques, and I love yarn, and most of all, I love sharing my love for crochet with my grandma. And I crocheted plenty hangers and sold them on the marketplace on Facebook. Soon I realized that if I wanted to make a living from crochet by selling crochet pieces, I wouldn't make it happen because I cannot accelerate the production by plugging in additional pair of hands to my arms to crochet faster and crochet more. Actually, crochet takes time, hence the price of the final pieces, and a price that those who don't know how to crochet, knit, or craft in any way are likely not willing to pay. So I thought the best thing to do was to design and write my crochet patterns and sell them so others could replicate my designs. And I saw a lot of benefits from selling crochet digital patterns compared to selling the final crochet piece. For example, I didn't have to worry about delivery logistic fees, and I didn't have to worry about getting the material for customized orders, and I didn't have to worry about crocheting more to have more to sell. By selling digital crochet patterns online, I just needed to crochet one piece and multiple prototypes and then write instructions. Easy, I can do that, I said. Since then, I've been working on designing and making such a different designs in crochet. Sign up and receive all the sneak peeks and updates on my crochet patterns. The link to Behind the Stitch, my newsletter, it's going to be down below. And started my research on how to protect the copyright of my patterns to sell them online. So in 2022, I received hate from selling out my passion. I joined several Facebook crochet groups, both in Spanish and English. Yeah, because I still want to feel that connection to the Latin American community. And I posted the same question both in English and Spanish. I said something like, hello, do you guys know how can I legally protect the copyright of my crochet patterns to sell them online? And then boom, their responses were mind-blowing. Response A was something like, yeah, you can sell your crochet patterns on Etsy, Ravelry, Patreon, just like I do. Ravelry also protects the copyright of your patterns. You can also do tutorials on YouTube and earn from your videos. So pretty much response A was very supportive and really willing to help. While response B was something like, why do you want to sell out your passion? Crochet artists make patterns to share with the community for free and not because they want to make money with it. Don't be envious to share with others. Make money from crochet? Shame on you. So response B was so discouraging to me and also made me doubt about my purpose and my willing to live out of my crafting. Response B was from the Latin American crochet and fiber arts communities in Facebook groups. And honestly, I never in my life have received more hate than that day with over 100 comments shaming on me. So basically, I offended the crochet community when I let them know that I planned to make money from my crochet work. How dare you to make money from your passion, they said. And I received hate because I was going to profit with the passion I have for craft. Making a profit from my passion, my time, and my effort made me a selfish crafter, they said. You cannot make art a business model. Art is to share, they said. And I can understand why they call me a selfish crocheter for not sharing my crochet patterns for free, and that I shouldn't think about money but share my craft and my patterns with others. And I can understand their point because I come from the same background. In Latin America, or in Mexico, where I come from, art is not a career. Art is not a profession. In Mexico, crafting is seen as a hobby only. Art, crafting, and making is a safe place where you can come after work to relax and keep your mind occupied far from your real life. This idea is little by little disappearing, mainly because of social media has opened the eyes to new possibilities of business models and because we are closer to the artist's job. We can spy on artists almost 24/7 to realize that they are indeed putting effort into creating and that they are not just playing around as we thought. But how about if crafting could be your main income stream? You wouldn't have to find ways to evade real life and seek a safe place for first instance. You will always be in a safe place you love. You don't have to escape from real life. I'm not here to tell you what is art and what is not, but I think that whatever you put time and effort into, you could set a price and turn it into a business. This is how I see it. I love art so much that I want crafting to become my day job. That's my dream. So that's why in that same year, in 2022, I opened for the first time an Etsy shop. And I didn't get any sale. But that didn't stop me because in 2023, I reopened my Etsy store. Also with 0 sales at the end of the year, but that got me one lesson. To me, Etsy is the toxic ex-boyfriend of an artist because Etsy demands a lot of attention and takes away your money for no reason. And probably you have other opinions, please share them in the comments, but to me, Etsy is a toxic boyfriend of an artist. Making 0 sales on Etsy in a year made me reflect the input I was putting in the promotion of my work and how being invisible to the public might be beneficial for practicing and a failure without being noticeable. And here's the riddle. If a tree falls in the forest and no one is there, does it still make sound? In other words, if no one is paying attention to me, I should start a YouTube. I can practice, I can fail, I can be silly, and no one will notice. So that's why in 2022, I started my crochet YouTube channel. And little did I know I would learn a lot about how to love myself better just by starting this channel. Publishing my first YouTube video was a bittersweet moment, more bitter than sweeter if I will say so. I just crossed my fingers, trust my video editing skills, and without a final check, I hovered on the publish button and finally did it. I shared my first YouTube video. And the thing is that after finally publishing that first YouTube video, I realized about the poor audio and the overall quality of that first YouTube video. And I did the only thing you can do after spending more than 10 hours working on a project. I breathed in, exhaled, and let it go. I didn't do anything to fix it. I didn't even delete the video. I just left it there hanging on its own. And I felt glad because I did it. I published my first YouTube video and I wanted to leave this proof to myself. And from starting my YouTube channel and recording my first video and going through all the ups and downs process, I learned how to love myself more and embrace the process. And first of all, I will make peace with my accent and actually loving it. I don't feel discouraged anymore for having an accent in English, and embracing my accent in a foreign language and spreading out my voice took me several years. And for this, I have already written about on my blog, and my accent was my biggest detractor to start a YouTube channel because it took me a lot of effort to feel empowered because I thought I would receive hate from mispronouncing, for stuttering, or forgetting how to say things in English. Sometimes I just don't know how to say things and I look and I sound silly when in Spanish I am a smart person, I swear. So embracing my accent is still a work in progress, but at least I feel empowered now to talk in my videos and my Instagram stories. And I have to be honest, I was afraid of receiving hate, but as you already know, I received hate from a totally different place and shape and scenario and even a language. You already know my hate story. At the end of 2023, when I became consistent in sharing one video a week, it happened what I thought it will never happen. Someone who watched my first and most cringy video, where the audio suddenly cuts, left a kind comment. When I uploaded that video, I swore no one will watch it, and I don't know if I was being a pessimist or an optimist person at this point. But that comment in that video took me by surprise. It made me realize that my time and effort aren't in vain. Also, I left that video up to remind myself that if I dared to start a YouTube channel and share my first creepy/crappy video, I could do anything from now on. And now that I see back in time, I can tell that that video probably wasn't the worst thing ever on earth. I was just being a little bit probably dramatic, if that's the word, but at the same time I was expecting too much of myself because I know I can do better. I'm sure I can. And just a quick note about self-love, because starting a project to me, it was an act of self-love. It means leaving your insecurities and fears behind to put action and focus on achieving a goal. And as a creator, as a crafter, as an artist, as a crocheter myself, I was being my worst critic. And I know that you can do things better. I'm sure you can and that I can do things better. But just give yourself extra love, extra time, extra patience, and a few rewards for at least breaking the barrier of starting off. So yeah, basically getting started and publishing my first YouTube video was my revolutionary act of self-love, and I would like to know what is yours. Fast forward to today, early 2024. I'm working on writing down the patterns of all the designs I've been crocheting for a long time and that I just created the design, but I never grew the pattern. So this is one of my goals of 2024, to finally put my patterns out there for testers to give me their feedback. So if you are a crocheter yourself and you have a public account on Instagram, and if you would like to help me, test my patterns, please so this is one of my goals for 2024. I want to launch all the designs and the patterns that I have been crocheting for all this time, and so I would like to invite you to become a tester for my patterns. So if you have intermediate crochet skills and a public account in Instagram, and if you would like to become a tester for my patterns, I will leave a link in the description below where you can apply to become a tester. And on the other hand, as I already mentioned throughout the video, I want to spread my love for crochet. I started a publication on Medium about the joy behind handmaking, and this publication is called Happiness is Handmade. So you can read more about these blog entries on the link in the description. And if you're not a crocheter yet, but you are interested in learning how to crochet, my digital course is about to launch. Subscribe to my newsletter so you get notified when this course and my upcoming crochet patterns are ready. Thank you so much for joining me in this video while I made this pattern for this zigzag pouch, and the pattern should be coming pretty soon, so you already know what to do. Subscribe to my newsletter and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye bye.